All right, babe, where are we?
We're in a cornfield.
Absolutely. And we're in Briggsville, Pennsylvania. There's something special going on this weekend.
I know. Look at all this fun behind us. We are at the Briggs Farms Blues Festival.
So stay tuned to learn everything about this blues festival and why you want to bring your RV out here next year.
You don't want to miss it. So here we go.
Did you know that 46 million Americans plan to take an RV trip in the next 12 months? 90% of recreational vehicle owners take 3 or more mini vacations every year. Welcome to the RV Destinations Podcast. If it's RV travel, we're talking about it. From campgrounds to museums to national and state parks, kayaking and hiking opportunities. One of the most fun and pleasurable things you can do is just hit the road. So be ready to be inspired. Welcome in to the RV Destinations Podcast. Now your host, President Randy Beheimer, and Editor-in-Chief, Caly Beheimer.
All right, babe, I'm so excited. We're here in Briggsville, Pennsylvania. We got some special guests today, don't we?
We do. And I'm so excited, too. But this is weird for me because I'm staring out this way to cars and you're there.
Right.
So this is gonna be weird talking at you, not with you. But we'll do this. We're gonna make it work.
All right, sounds good. Why don't you introduce our guests that we have today?
I will. So we've got Dena Briggs and Donny Shields, and they are like the masters of this amazing Briggs Farm Blues Festival that we are at right now. This is amazing.
Yeah, we're really excited to be here. They invited us out. We've got here, and you can see actually our RV in the background here. So we're here for the whole entire weekend. We showed up yesterday. There was some great bands last night. We're going to talk about that. But how are you guys doing?
We're doing great. We're hanging in.
Donnie, you hanging in there?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. An exciting first night, and we call it the pre-party. So our Thursday night pre-party. Exciting first night, big turnout, and we were very excited. And glad that you guys could be joining us here.
Yeah, no, that's great. How's the planning been? I know you guys spend most of the year planning for this event.
Yeah.
How's it been going? It's been smooth?
Yeah. No, it's been really smooth. And like this festival is going to wrap up in a day or two, and then we're going to pretty much be back in the saddle. So our tickets go on sale October 1st. So we don't have much time to figure out little things we want to change and ideas that we want to implement. We got to keep rolling in.
Yeah. So remind our listeners again, how many acres are we sitting on right now?
Festival grounds here, you're sitting on a little over 20 acres.
So yeah, keep that in mind, folks. 20 acres to experience. And it's just incredible. We're going to dig into that and all the different experiences you can have here, listening to music, but also as an RVer, and that's something that Randy and I really want to get across to everybody out there that are RVers. Oh my gosh, bring your RV here. This isn't such an incredible experience.
Yeah, I honestly, and I'm sure Dena and Donnie don't want me to say this, but I feel like that this is a RV festival that has blues music. And honestly, that's what it feels like
to
me.
In a good way. I mean, if you guys could see it, I'm like pointing behind us, but over here.
They can see it.
Well, they can see it, but they can't see
way.
all the RVs out there. So like, we're at the end of this line of RVs, one group of it, and then there's this whole other massive field just filled with RVers, and I love that.
Yeah, let's kind of walk through maybe the stage. So we've got 2 separate stages. Mm-hmm. Last night, the bands were on the smaller stage because it was Thursday night. Mm-hmm. So what do we call the smaller stage? Does it have a name?
We call it the back porch stage.
That's right. That's right. I did hear that. Back porch stage. And then we've got the main stage.
Yes.
And my understanding is tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or tonight that it starts going back and forth?
Tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. That's going to all start tonight. And a fun little fact about the back porch stage is that it's my old kitchen.
No way.
Yeah. It's like, 20 million years ago, bought this little house across the street, and it was all beadboard.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But we ripped it all out, and it's the back porch stage now.
That is awesome.
And it's so cool. And if you guys could see this, it's not just like a stage. And I'm hoping that we've got some pictures popping up now. This is such a cool, because I wrote about it. I was writing myself notes last night as we were sitting there. All this old beadboard, all this old wood. There's literally a flatbed Ford sitting right off to the edge of the stage. And it just gives it this just such a cool feel. The
nostalgic.
Right.
Yeah,
and the chairs
sure.
are right there.
Yep.
So it's not like you and all this space and then the band. It's like you're there. There's the band.
Yep.
And it's just so cool.
Yeah, Memphis Lightning. I keep saying lightning. They were playing, and of course he's got a lot of energy, right? He was jumping up and down. I was watching the floorboards going like this. I was watching his amp go back and forth. I was like, oh man, hold together. So, but what a great show last night, and you know, we're going to be completely level. Caly and I love blues. We just don't know any of the artists. You know, we'll go to a blues bar, we'll sit and listen to it all night, and you know, some of the songs sound familiar to us, but we really don't know a lot of the artists. And so coming here, you know, I didn't know any of the artists, and we loved every single one of them last night. So it started off with the mighty Donny, help me out. The
mighty Susquehannas.
Susquehanna. Again, it's an Indian. It's Indian name.
Say it fast, babe. Ready?
Susquehannas.
Yes, that is so right.
I kind of love it. I'm going to call it that from now on.
That's why I married him.
Susquehannas. So I assume that's an Indian name. And
yes, it's actually the name of the river that flows down through Berwick and Nescapec there.
Well, you guys have an unfair advantage. So if you got a river that everybody says it all the time, Susquehannas.
There's no qua.
But it's a Q-U-E, but it's
it's Susquehanna.
There's a lot of Indian names around.
Susquehanna. Okay. Anyway, so they opened up, and we were there. We heard their whole set, and I really felt like they sounded a little bit like 311. Donny, you and I talked about that offline. They had this kind of vibe, this groovy reggae / bluesy feel. That's the best way to describe it. What would you say that was accurate? Yeah,
I would say so. And one of the cool things here at Briggs too is Thursday night for the pre-party, we typically either pick one or two artists for that Thursday night to be like local artists, and they are local. They are very local group within probably about a 15-mile radius.
Yeah. They're locals.
Cool.
Yeah, that was great. And then followed up by Memphis Lightning, and I tell you what.
Oh, he was so fun. His facial expressions, you know, 1 minute he's like, and then all serious. And then,
yeah, so I
loved him.
I've been playing guitar since I was 12, and when I play live with the band I'm in, Caly always says you make that guitar face. Every guitarist has a face.
Oh yeah.
Drummers are the ones. Drummers are the ones. Watch the drummers. Some of them are amazing with their facial expressions.
Well, Memphis Lightning. I think they call him Lightning. Is that correct? His nickname's not Lightning. Yeah. Well, he was making all kinds of crazy faces. Like Caly said, 1 minute he's smiling, next minute he's like really focused, and he was jumping up and down. So much energy, and the crowd could feel it.
Insane guitar talent, like crazy insane talent. I mean, the music was incredible, but I just couldn't stop watching him play. And then he had this crazy like flipping half guitar that he played with both hands at the same time, and I'm like, okay, this dude is just.
It was two guitars put together, but it was one went to the right hand, one went to the left.
They were like do, and then it was over here, and it was over here, and he was like.
I've been playing for 40 years. I've never seen anything like that. That was incredible, and so much energy. And you know what? And then we got to talk about the Reverend Peyton's Big Damn Band. He was amazing. You know, one thing that just stood out with me is I noticed pretty quickly there was no bass player. I'm like, where are they getting all this bass? Are they tracking it? Because sometimes bands will just track an instrument in and they play around that track. And you know, I think it was his wife was playing the washboard. Mm-hmm. But he came out later and said, you know, I'm playing all the bass line with a thumb. He had a thumb pick. And so he actually he plays the bass part with his thumb and then the lead part with his other fingers. It's like incredible.
How do you do that? Okay, this is coming from a chick that took me so long, to figure out how to type, you know, and I still can't do, you know, they just have to do, my hands have to do the same thing at the same time. So that just blows me away that he's tapping a bass line with his thumb and then stringing all the notes. It just...
Yeah, it was incredible. You know, I have been playing music, as I said, since I was 12, and so I get very connected to things, or I don't get connected. And last night, I think I ran into Donny maybe a couple drinks into the night.
Maybe just one or two into the night. Maybe
about 5 into the night. But anyway, it was towards the end of the night, and I was like, man, I'm just really connecting with this experience because this, in my opinion, this is an RV event that they just brought blues music for our RV festival here. So if you don't mind me saying that, because I really feel that in my world, that's what it is. But
we've seen that change. We've seen that shift from people rolling in and camping in their cars or camping, you know, in a tent to, you know, this. And it's cool. It's neat to watch.
Yeah. And you were telling me you've gotten a lot of calls this year for solo travelers.
A lot of people are coming in by themselves and they call the office and they're like, are we female travelers too?
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, can we just come and is that a good festival for us? And it absolutely is a good festival for you.
Yes, and it is. And that's one thing, you know, another thing I want to get across to our listeners. This is very family friendly, like very, very family friendly. There was kids last night out there dancing, having a great time. You know, this is something that you can come to as an individual traveler, as a family, and be in a very safe atmosphere where you don't have to worry about, you know, like vulgarities being slung out into the crowd or, you know, crowd surfing. This is a very cool, chill experience.
Yeah, the people that come typically are very respectful. They pick up their garb. We have a good MC coming on tonight, and he's going to kind of just keep reminding people, you know, just you see a water bottle, throw it in the garbage, and they do. It's you know, come Sunday when everybody's gone, you look out into all this space, and it is not that bad.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
And again, because you know why? It's RVers. And us RVers, for the most part, like we're pretty darn good about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we really do respect nature and respect things like this. And we're in your home. We're literally in your backyards. Yeah.
So let me ask some questions. I know we asked these questions, or I believe we did on the first show we had you guys on several months back. But how many total participants are here? Not
Participants?
Not participants. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, I'm participating
I'm
today.
sorry.
So one, we got
Tickets.
one.
How many people are attending the
festival
event?
goers.
Festival goers. There we go.
We are pushing the 10,000 mark.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, out of that, do you have any idea how many of those are RVers versus non-RVers?
No, I don't.
You don't know
I
those
don't
statistics?
know.
Okay. How many RV spots do you have? Let's maybe. I'm trying to get an idea of.
Well, because you just have the acreage behind us open, right? So, I mean,
Yeah.
if they come, you know, you build it, they will come.
Yeah, we're ready to mow down a cornfield if we have to. We are. We're ready.
Because there's one right there.
Yeah, we can mow it.
So you can expand.
We can.
It doesn't. So we're not turning anybody away. That's what we're getting at. But-
No.
Well, that's incredible. And you know, one thing that I think we touched briefly on the last podcast. I don't want to be redundant and rehash everything because people can go back and listen to that episode. But maybe tell us a little of the story. I heard a story about. So Richard started it 27 years ago, but there was a story floating around that I heard that he went to Woodstock and couldn't get in. Is that his true story?
He was here planting tomatoes in that field over there, and he just wanted to go to this music festival. No one knew what it exactly was. It was Woodstock, but he couldn't go because he had to plant tomatoes. So in his teenage angst, he said, I'm going to have my own music festival someday, and here we are.
That is awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Did you not hear that last night? Someone was telling us that story.
But I mean, how cool is that? It's like as a teenager, like I got to plant these stupid tomato plants, and I could be at this really cool music festival that I hear about, which ends up being Woodstock.
Right.
And then saying, you know what? I'm just going to do this myself. And he did.
Yep,
and
he did it.
And what if y'all need to get out here and see this, like this is an event, like so like an event. You can see everything behind us. You know, there's over this way is like the vendor village, and Randy and I were in there last night. We got this cool little bracelet. Honey, show your cute little bracelet. I know, they're kind of matching.
They're matching.
I know.
That's great.
So we got little matching bracelets over there. We went shopping. There's a great food court. That
The gyros were amazing. Oh,
those
my
were
gosh.
delicious.
Great hangover food
Coffee
too.
this morning. Okay, for you coffee drinkers, no worry. There's a coffee truck here,
Yes.
and she makes great coffee.
She does.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
no worries. You're gonna get your coffee early in the morning here too.
So let me see if I can articulate this the right way. So I feel like that this is a big festival where we have big names in it, but I still feel like it has a family feel because we've met most of the Briggs. We haven't met Richard yet. We met his wife, Alice.
Allison.
Okay, Allison. We met her a few moments ago, and she was super sweet. That's your mother-in-law, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it does. You know, it's big enough to get the acts and the people to come in, but it's still small enough to feel like a family event. Is that a fair statement? Would you?
Yeah. I don't know how long we can teeter here. I think forever. I think, you know, this is, I think this is the perfect point because it is a family friendly feel. And I don't know, what can you add to that?
Well, we did a mission in marketing specifically this year. Now, kids under 12 have always been free. We encourage people to bring their families here because really, in all retrospect, it's a good venue and a good place to introduce kids to music too. Because just because you think, oh, somebody's like 11, 12, 10 years old, you're like, oh, okay, music is a thing, they sure have heard it. But to experience it.
Yeah.
And Randy, to go back to what you were saying about how like you felt emotionally connected last night. Before we even had our lineup, our marketing strategy to start this year was revive the soul. That's what we were talking about.
Because we have
awesome.
the Reverend Peyton.
Yeah.
And we had Memphis, well, we had, you know, all these people that were a little indicative of that vibe.
And it really had that vibe last night. Again, it was so cool. If you all need to get here and see the stage. So there was the stage sits right under this grouping of trees. You've got this old wood, kind of barn wood looking stage with these cool rafters. You have all these lights strung down the aisleway. The stage is right there. People are out there dancing. You just had this cool vibe, literally under the stars with this beautiful incandescent lighting. And I was just like madly typing away in my phone, like all these notes to myself. I'm like, this is so cool.
And you could tell that the crowd was connected to it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was dancing. You know, there was people sitting that, you know, don't get them dance, but the dance floor was packed. They were all vibing.
Yeah.
And it was kind of interesting because the dance floor changed with each band. It was really weird. Not weird in a bad way, weird in a good way.
Yeah.
That, you know, there was like the first band, there was a whole group that were dancing. And then the second band, Memphis Lightning, came on. It felt like the whole dance floor changed.
Yeah, because you got to be ready to move with that kid. Yeah.
Right. And so it was just really, the whole experience was good. And then, of course, when the Reverend Peyton got there, the dance floor was just packed. I think the liquor was flowing. His well-known name, I understand the blues music world.
Right. Oh, and I forgot to bring it out. I meant to bring it out. We were so excited. You guys put RV Destinations on the ticket from last
That's
night.
all Donny. Donny did that.
Oh, Donny, you rock. And I'm sure the picture's popping up now. So that was so exciting to be on the ticket, which is, like you said, Dena, a super cool ticket anyway.
Well, I'm glad I grabbed them because they sold out.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. So we've got them inside. We're framing them.
Yeah, we're going to put them in frame. But I think we did post, I believe our social people posted it on our social network, but that was awesome. That was a really wonderful surprise, and we appreciate that. In fact, our CMO got a picture of like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So so that's perfect. Thank you for that.
The blues. Music that hits the heart and souls of the blue-collared men and women across the states. Music that soars as high as the mountains and feels as low as the creeks. This July, the blues are alive. The greenhorns are new to the blues, and young guns play them blues. From the Delta to the hill country, bluegrass to southern soul, electric, rock, and country collide. A blazing summer that's about to get a whole lot hotter. That's why it's the best weekend of the year.
So we got a big day today. Can we let's talk about who's coming on stage and maybe a little bit about it, and tell us how you feel about today.
I feel really good about today. There's going to be a mixture again of local and big artists here. Our main stage opens up at 4:00. Here behind us, people are getting ready to go on the back porch stage, actually. And you guys, this is going to be a little bit off from the musical thing, but you guys got to see the stampede of people go set up their canopies. So you got the live shot of that. Since there's a canopy section, but we're looking really forward to today. Joanne Shaw Taylor is going to be amazing tonight. Katie Henry, Eliza Neal, Albert Cummings, Taz is going to be opening up. Brandon Taz Niederauer.
The lineup is strong. Like going back to what you said before, like maybe you don't know these names. Like the blues is a little maybe in the shadows. You know, definitely not. Although it's hitting that mainstream media because these big hitters are doing like Hennessy commercials and this and that, but you don't have to know them to come here and enjoy this music.
Right.
Oh, for sure. Because I mean, I didn't know any of the songs and I just loved it. It was just so, again, such a cool vibe. It was so, a lot of music festivals I've shied away from. I'll be totally honest because I just can't handle the insanity. And you hear about the insanity. I love that that's not here. I love that it's not insane. I love that I felt very safe. I love that I could listen to this music and enjoy it and not worry about crowd surfing or somebody plowing through
Right.
or whatever it may be,
Right.
you know, because again, there was little kids out there dancing, having a great time.
Well, that takes me to that word festival that people sometimes struggle with that. They don't know what that's all about. And I get that. And this is definitely a good first festival. If you weren't 100% sure if this was your environment, I would say.
Yeah, and what makes us unique too is in other festivals you might have a pit location where like, you know, you have to buy advance tickets for or whatever. That's not us. You can be up close and personal with the artist because it's like a 2-foot barrier between the back porch stage and of course you can see the stage back there where there's some height you have to actually try to climb up it or whatever, and security will take care of that at that point. But you know, you're really up close and personal with the artist, and it builds that connection.
yeah, it really does.
So I do want to listen to so all the listeners out there that are listening to the podcast only. We're going to be flashing a lot of videos, a lot of pictures on the YouTube version. So if you want to see what this looks like visually,
Yes.
you know, when you get stopped out of your car or whatever, check out the YouTube. We're going to be, you know, flashing a lot of videos.
Yeah,
there,
for sure. Because you're gonna get little clips of what the camping looks like here, the RV setup. You know, we've got a big 41-foot motorhome back here, folks. You know,
can see it in the back.
and you can see
it
it. It's
behind
sitting
my
right
camera
here.
right here.
So you know, if we're able to get this back here, you can get your rig in here.
Now, something just drew my attention. I'm seeing on the backstage that Lonnie Shields is playing. Is that any relation?
No.
Okay. I'm like,
But
Lonnie Shields and Donny
he
Shields.
is more local though. He's within an hour radius, right?
Lonnie's a local guy, and he actually used to come here and barbecue for us and do food. And he would have chickens and pork, and he would do his own and people still come and they're like, "Is Lonnie cooking this year?" Like, no. I think we outgrew Lonnie, but he was certainly like a pit master.
Oh, that is so cool.
But it was stressful. I mean, it's a lot of food.
It's a lot of food.
He was cooking a lot of food.
And let me tell you how entertaining Lonnie is, because Lonnie played here 2 years ago as well on the back porch stage, and we had a blip in the power at that point in time, and the power went out for like 5 minutes, and he continued to have that back porch stage still jamming.
That's
Like
awesome.
it's like it never stopped.
Playing acoustically,
and he
or
went
something.
out in the
yeah.
crowd, and
He's a pro.
Wherever he had to go, he was.
He's
That's
a pro.
awesome, and it looks like that they're actually getting ready to start up on the 1 o'clock. They start on the back porch,
Yeah.
and then it kind of alternates back and forth through the day, and then the main stage starts off at it looks like 4 o'clock, 4:30, somewhere in that time frame.
Yeah.
So that's really all. Who are you looking forward to seeing tonight? Which not necessarily your favorite artist, but who are you looking forward to seeing tonight? Donny?
So within the past, let's say about 5-6 months of marketing for this, Albert Cummings has really stood out to me a little bit in the marketing as far as listening. Like, okay, let's see what he brings to the table and his style of music.
Right.
My wild card of the night is going to be Katie Henry, and you can also see her the next 2 days too. She's here today and she's here tomorrow.
That's awesome.
She'll be on the back porch stage today, and then she'll be on the main stage to open up tomorrow.
That's incredible. Dena, how about you?
I'm all for Eliza.
Okay.
I want to see Eliza Niels. I think she's so cool. I'm so excited.
And she was actually here about 5 days or 5 days before the festival.
She
4
was
days.
here a
something like
couple
that.
days.
She took a picture outside when we were still setting up outside the main gate. So she had stopped by on her tour visit. That's how excited
She didn't
is
come
to be
down
here.
to see us though. She just took a quick picture in front of the main gate and didn't post it and left.
I think I saw that. Did you guys repost that? Okay, I think I saw it. I know what picture you're talking
And then
about.
if you saw on our social media today, which I'll send you the picture that you put up on screen, the Reverend Peyton was out fishing with your son.
Yes, my son is a big fisherman and hunts fishes and Reverend Peyton was getting here pretty early and he wanted to know if he could go fishing somewhere. And our stage manager was like, well, let me ask Louie, if that's my son, if he could take you fishing. And he got his boat ready, he bought new fishing poles, and he took him to the Susquehanna.
Susquehanna.
there we go.
And he had this strategy. He's like, I'm going to take them up past this point, and then they're going to cast. And I'm like, Lou, what if they just want to chill and like just sit along a river and fish? He's like, that's not how I fish. and they caught big bass, and they had a lot of fun.
That is awesome. Yeah, I saw those pictures. Those were impressive fish.
I know.
Yeah, all in the Susquehanna. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, so again, I think we said this on air. I know we talked about off air too, but Caly and I don't know a lot of the artists. We love blues music, but before we came out here, I listened to every single one on the main stage that was released. And Albert Cummings, I really did like. I felt that is about as traditional blues as you can get. Albert Cummings, and also Joanne Shaw Taylor was the girl that I really really liked. I'm excited to see her.
She's going to be
well.
great.
Yeah,
that's
for
going to
sure.
be a great show.
So that'll wrap up tonight, and then also Saturday. Maybe let's talk about some of the people hitting the main stage on Saturday. we've got of course, the headliner is Uncle Lucius, and he is big in the blues scene, right?
Well, I would say he's more big in blues country. Like there's a retrospect there in which he encapsulates.
There's this interesting crossovers happening with like this country rock blues. It's so fun to watch the genres blend and just become, something that is accessible if you have that in your brain that you don't like country. It's like, oh, maybe you do, or, maybe I don't like the blues, but maybe you do, and it's really neat to watch that happen. So he wrote a song called Keep the Wolves Away, and that's been played on Yellowstone.
Oh, okay. That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a cool song. So who are you looking forward to seeing tomorrow, you two?
Well, kind of biased. So we ended up seeing GA20 about 3 months prior to the festival. They were here at a local theater. So GA20 has me sold because of the live performance. So I'm looking forward to them again.
North Mississippi All-Stars are literally rock stars. Like they are in the stratosphere. I can't believe they're here. They're going to be amazing, and I can't wait to see them.
And Dwayne Betts, you got to go back to the Allman Brothers
Dwayne
too.
Betts is the son of Dickie Betts, who was the drummer for the Allman Brothers band.
Oh, cool.
And of course, he's a massive superstar. So we have some. I don't know if I could pick it. I don't think I could pick my favorite. Yeah, it's too much going on.
And I think more than anything, for our listeners is, again, you're saying all these big names. I mean, these aren't just, guys that are doing it in their garage and hoping to get heard one day. I mean, the talent here is insane.
They're national acts. So let's turn our attention to next year. So we went through, by the time people are listening to this, the festival is going to be over. We're going to release this in a few weeks, but we're really trying to build up some anticipation for next year and some hype about next year. And again, everybody that knows us. We're not going to talk about something that we don't believe in, and we 100% believe in this festival, and we want all our listeners and viewers and all that to know that this is really a special event, and I do feel like this is an RV event with blues music. So
yes,
they're not going to convince me otherwise. But anyway, so let's talk about. So the planning starts pretty quickly right after this. Start cleaning up.
Maybe we take like a week or two off, and then talk about what we're doing for next year. But tickets go out on sale October 1st every year.
Okay.
So as soon as October 1st hits, get the tickets at the lowest price.
Yep.
And throughout the course of the next few months, you'll be seeing recap videos. So everything that I'm shooting on the back porch stage, I'll put in like kind of day highlights.
Yep.
And so you'll be able to listen to the live acoustic sets. You'll be able to, get that feel for what it would be. So if you want to come next year, just keep an eye out to our YouTube channel and to our to all of our different social medias, because you'll be able to see what just transpired this year.
That's great.
And on October 1st, our lineup isn't done. So people buy their ticket just kind of with like that knowledge or that faith in us that we're going to put a really good lineup together. And we always do.
And you always, you always do. Yeah, I mean, that's evident with the amount of people that are here and the amount of people that are coming. We had two ladies stop by that heard about the festival on the podcast and have been to the festival, and then we're like, oh my gosh, we heard the podcast too. We wanted to come by and say hi. We saw your RV, because we've got the, for your RVers, we have a huge Magna shade on the front. This is RV Destinations Magazine, so you can't miss us. So we gave them some swag for stopping by.
Cool.
And so it's really cool. Again, RVers, there's so many different options as an RVer or even a tent camper to get out here and experience this.
There's even some hammock people.
I saw that.
They're kind of extreme.
Yes, that I need.
So they sleep in their hammocks? Is that what I'm hearing?
There's whole hammock festivals that happen.
Oh, gotcha.
And they just like hang from trees here and there. They go to different like the whole section of woods back there is full of hammock people.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love that, hammock people.
We don't speak to the hammock people.
The hammock people.
I want to get back to something, just a feel or a thought I had. So you talked about people booking the tickets prior to even having the lineup. I wonder really how important the lineup is. I think it's more about the experience. I think it's more about a lineup's important. I don't want to discount it, but I bet it's more people about this is a cool experience.
I think about this festival as two separate festivals in a way. Like some of it is the festival, and then some of it, half of it is the music. The most important thing is the music. But there is definitely people that are here for the music and here or here for the festival.
Yeah, I get that. Because you, and again, I love you've done it so beautifully. You give so many people a different experience because, you have the vendor village, which how many vendors are down there right now?
Oh my goodness, I'm not sure. 60?
60?
I would say roughly 60.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a good size. And so all different kinds of sort of things. And we got to talk to several of the vendors that literally travel nationwide to go to all these different festivals, have followings themselves.
Yeah, they do.
Which is super cool. And again, the food court. And so like Randy and I yesterday just, got to go listen to music and shop. And then I, running back to the RV to do some work for the magazine, and then back out again and back to the RV to send an email and back out again. And that's what's great is you get whatever kind of experience you want to have here.
Yes.
Right. Our home's in your backyard. So it's perfect.
That's my house.
And you guys are going to get to experience something tonight that you guys didn't get to see over the first night. And you're going to get to see the main stage. And you're going to get you might even get 3 different aspects of the main stage tonight. You'll get from the premium section up here where it overlooks.
Yep.
So start the night maybe looking at that scene. Go down, be inside the audience. But one of the coolest things is when, obviously, not too many people get to experience this, but when you're on the main stage looking towards the crowd or backstage, when you see the premium lineup of RVs on this amphitheater up here, it is menacing. Menacing in a good way, but the artist up there can see all the RVs, and it just makes it look like it's like a Red Rock type.
Oh, that's
type vibe.
funny.
Yeah. Actually, Dena described it in the last podcast, and I think it was beautifully done. It's like a Greek
amphitheater. It's like this little bowl.
Yeah.
We're up on this ridge line. The main stage is back this way. And so all the RVs up on this ridge line, and tent campers too, because our neighbors are tent campers, you get to look down into the bowl of the stage.
Yeah.
Which is
and
from
the other
your
campers.
home.
You can look down on the other campers and say,
The other
we bought
campers.
VIP.
That's right.
So you said the VIP is last podcast. You said the VIP goes really quickly.
Yeah.
So if we've got some listeners out there that want to try to get in the VIP section and boast their nice big RV,
there's a chance. You got to call me.
Okay. So, but they can't do anything till October 1st. Is that correct? Okay.
October 1st, I will start answering the phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So get their number on speed dial if you want one of these sites and you want one of these locations for sure.
We'll put the number on the YouTube video for you listeners. We'll put it down in the notes section so you see it there.
But be nice and don't call until October 1st.
Yeah, right.
Dina's not going to answer.
I'm not going to answer till then.
Well, and if they do miss the VIP section, there's still a ton of other camping options. So it's not like you can't come if you don't get the VIP.
No, you don't. No, tons of different things to do.
Because how many? 15 sites? Is that what it is? 20
Up here,
sites?
32.
Yeah. Oh, there are that many. Okay.
Yep.
And definitely bring wood to block up your RV because
yes.
that's
because you're in. I mean, we're in Pennsylvania. We're in eastern Pennsylvania. There's hills. The beginning of the Appalachian Mountains, and so it's hilly. So definitely bring like blocks, things that you need to level out your RV. It's all self-contained. There's porta potties everywhere. Yeah. I understand that there are places here to take showers as well if people need.
Yes. Yep.
But then if you're totally self-contained like Randy and I, just make sure your tanks are full or empty, and which are which, and just come prepared. You can run generators. We've had our generator going since we got here, so I'd like to say I'm living in the lap of luxury over here.
Yeah, it's been nice. So getting back to next year now, I don't want to release or make you give away any secret sauces here, but do we have any lineup for next year yet? Can we talk about that at all?
There is always a list of names in which we think about on a yearly basis, and sometimes we contact some people maybe this year, but it doesn't work out because we've had places like European tours and stuff like that where somebody's overseas for this year and they have it planned that we're looking for next year.
Yeah, they're routing tours, and that starts pretty soon after the summer ends. And the blues is greatly loved in Europe. So a lot of these people are hitting those circuits and they're traveling, and they have houses over there, and then we snag them here.
All right, so we've got a blues band that Caly knows decently that plays down in Nashville. Can we make a recommendation for a band?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes.
I don't know if they travel.
Stacey and blues you can use.
Yeah, Stacey and blues you can use.
Stacey and blues you can use, and I have known this guy for how long did we figure out?
It's a long time. He had a hard time remembering you because there's been so many women in his life. He said.
I know.
But
yes,
but they are really awesome. We're gonna see them actually at the end of August, and they're good. They're really good, and you guys would love them too.
I'll throw them in the hat.
Perfect.
Yeah, well,
there you go, Stacey.
So Stacy, if you're watching the show, which I don't know if you have an RV or not, but
No, but maybe we should let Stacy know.
we want the finder's fee for that. But anyway, so well, that's exciting. So the tickets start in October. Do we have dates yet for next year?
We do.
10th, 11th, and 12th next year.
Of July.
Of July, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
It's every year in July.
So if you're not driving, mark that down on your calendar right now and make sure you get out here and get to this festival.
Yes, and don't forget, October 1st, that first round of tickets go on sale. You're going to get the best price if you get the tickets October 1st, and then ticket prices will start increasing the closer to the festival. So you want to start calling October 1st.
Yeah, so again, blues music, you park your RV here, you got hundreds of vendors.
Well, close-ish.
What did we say?
Like 60-ish.
We have a lot.
Which is like
It
hundreds.
feels like hundreds
It feels
of them.
like
It
hundreds.
does. It does. It feels like a lot.
But food trucks, ice cream stop, trucks.
Coffee.
Struggling to speak today, but yeah, this is really an experience. This is not a concert. This is an experience, and I want everybody to know that. So anyway, you want to take us out, babe?
Yes, thank you guys so much for being here.
We're happy you guys are here.
Yes, and thank you for letting us come and experience. We now get how special this is. And I was talking to your mother-in-law, Allison, and just saying, now that we're here, I get this. And I really hope that we're conveying this to all of our listeners. You got to get here to get this and get this experience, because it's not just attending a music venue.
Right.
This is a full-on experience. You don't want to miss it. So thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for being here.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much out there for listening to us here at the Briggs Farm Blues Festival in Nescapek, Pennsylvania. Look at me saying those fancy
You got
words.
it. You got it.
Woohoo! Honey, quick,
I'm glad
what's the
you
name?
said it.
Shkashwahana.
I'm not saying it again.
Yeah, I know. You're so cute. But thank you all out there for listening to us. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the RV Destinations podcast, and get out and listen to us and watch us out on our YouTube channel. And be sure to click that subscribe button below so that you get notified when new episodes come out. Yeah, I'm fumbling with words too. It was one too many glasses of wine last night. So anyway, we want to thank you all for joining in and listening to us today.
Safe travels.
Safe travels, y'all.